What I do, fellas. So today's video is always a video that y'all love seeing and I love filming. So I'm back with it, and this is no contact. If you are doing no contact right now, my first message to you is keep it going. I see a lot of comments talking about, well, I've been doing no contact for 3 months, 6 months, and y'all are ready to break it. Some of y'all are doing so well too on your part, right? The self-improvement, not even the part of like wanting to reach out, And then y'all are ready to break it now. Y'all are talking about, oh, she didn't reach out. And then some of y'all are talking about, oh, she did reach out. And then y'all are back in no contact and now you want to reach out. So fellas, I'm ready to talk about it. And if y'all are ready, first give this video a huge thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. And then the next thing, fellas, if y'all don't know, I have consultations available so we could talk about anything during consultation. And it could most definitely be about this topic exactly. No contact. So if y'all want to talk about it, go ahead and book your consultation by clicking the link down below. And fellas, once again, consultations could be fun. So it doesn't have to just be about, back to no contact. It doesn't have to just be about ghosting. It could be other things that you have going on in your life that you want to talk about. Okay. Could be, oh, you want to get this other girl and that girl might be positive, good vibes. You don't got to stress. All right. So now let's get into this discussion of you doing no contact and how it's working. A lot of women know your behavior before. How you used to be before, right? How you used to, go ahead and reach out. Now, for example, some fellas have a cycle of going ahead and saying, hey, after 3 weeks. And then some fellas realize that, I lose her, or hey, saying hey to her won't work. So now they have a cycle of watching her stories, and then that works, right? Maybe you're the type of guy that never showed her any love, never paid attention to her. Now, if it could be this other case of you have been the guy that spends money, she might expect you, right, to get her back, to break no contact, to go ahead and spend money. So it could be buying her bags. It could be buying her luxury stuff. It could be buying her, it could be flowers too. It could be a bouquet of flowers. Y'all be seeing maybe those Instagram posts of just a huge bouquet girls be wanting. So for some fellas, your cycle has been, oh man, the time that I want her, or the time that I'm desperate, the times that I gotta do whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and spend this. Now, it has to be better for a lot of you fellas than before, because that's the only way you'll get her. So really, y'all are stuck, and this is because you put yourself in the situation of believing that you have to go ahead and do something to get her. So y'all are stuck in buying her something better, bigger than before. Y'all are stuck on doing more actions, giving more to get noticed. Can you talk to me? And this is all, she's pushing you away. This is also getting into her giving you the whole no contact vibe. So now she knows the cycle that you have. But when you get into no contact, this is how you break it. So this is how I had to start with the comments saying that y'all are stressed or maybe complaining or maybe not liking that you have to go this long. But look at us like this is the greatest thing. I've gotten better. I'm not thinking about her. And better yet, this is where it's happening on her part, on your part, back to you. It's working. In her mind, she's now feeling like this is going for so long. This is what he's on. So cycles can break from, oh, wow, the space. This is why y'all know space is so important. This is where you guys can be starting at. But the space that's given, that is already so strong. She has a problem understanding how you can cope with it, right? This is why I tell y'all, give yourselves props. Y'all are doing this and you you should be like, man, I feel even better. I see the comments too, right? I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult, fellas, but this is why you got to keep going, keep pushing. And you have to have that masculine mindset of, you're that guy. You have that mindset of keep going, keep pushing, So right back into, she knows that, okay, your cycle is like this. Fast forward to no contact working so well. If you have it work so well, when she's missing you, she's hating the space, now you have her seeing how better you're doing. So how many times do I tell y'all no contact is not just about, you give her the time, no communication, but you bettering yourself. Now, I'm not going to jump into details, maybe a little bit towards the end of the video, but I'll get into how right now with you changing, transforming into this new masculine man, it's showing her how you have that potential. And then most importantly, it's confirming it based on your actions. So the more you're so strong to stay away, And then, of course, be strong to work, whether it's working out, working in the gym, working in the gym. If you work at the gym, that too, but working that job, right? Whatever it is. And fellas, if you're trying to work her out in the bedroom, I got videos on Patreon on how to, what she likes, and all types of other stuff we cannot be talking about on YouTube. Check out Patreon, fellas. And fellas, we have reaction videos. We got all types of videos all on Patreon. Links down below. Now, right back into, she's seeing the transformation. You are working. You are putting in work, grinding out. So when that's all happening, she's seeing on your side like, okay, well, aren't you going to come back into the cycle of how you used to always come back to her? That's one thing. And fellas, there's so many things. I just want y'all to pay attention because I'm going to go over so many things. So if you got to write it down or watch a video again, do what you got to do. But you see, that's the other thing. That cycle's broken. That was already not expected. How could you, as a fella that used to be obsessed with her, looked at her like the most beautiful thing, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get her. I'm willing to do anything, man. Right? So how could you as a fella get to this point of not wanting to speak, no communication? And remember, fellas, I'm talking about not watching her stories. The basics of not talking to her and her family or her friends, that's basics. But if you have to watch, fellas, sometimes it's better when she's actually not on your socials, but I know that's not always the case, and removing and blocking is not the case. So back to, you're not going to be watching her stories. Basics, right? Get that out of the window. Now back to how the communication is really, really cut. It's just so impossible for a woman that used to see you sin, that used to see you want her desperately. A lot of y'all, it's been extreme, right? That used to see what you're willing to do based on your actions, right? This is all based on what you showed her. Now your actions just showing the opposite. Something that, you couldn't do. And this is for fellas, it's applying differently, right? For some fellas, consistently, you couldn't do consistently. For some fellas, you couldn't even get to. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. So now, though, you're doing it now, right? This could be your first time. You could have done it before, right? But now how strong it's working with no contact, improving yourself, space, distance, everything. I don't want to do too much of the review, y'all. Okay. And if you want to go through reviews, if you want to talk some more, because y'all, I got so much more to say. And also we can talk about whatever you got to say. Remember, there is consultations available. The links down below, just letting y'all know, okay. So right back into, you've given the space, done everything. And she cannot wrap her head around that. So what's really happening with a lot of girls, they're getting into this idea of not believing it. Their ego is getting crushed. They're not literally coping with this, we're now going more times. And this is when maybe her realization finally happens, right? Remember, every girl's different. Sometimes they might realize, have a reality check later on than another girl, or maybe sooner. But it's really realizing you're the prize. You're gone. You're the catch. Other girls may want you. You don't watch her story. You don't care for her. Much, much more, right? So all that just being said, you've done no contact. You've separated. You stayed you've done everything. So you stayed over there. Stayed over there where you got to stay. So for this girl, now the feelings start really getting to her. So we can start with, she might have been ignoring in the beginning. Like, he's doing this no contact thing. He's so good with it. It could have been like that. She could have tried to brush you off in the beginning. She could have overlooked you in the beginning a little bit. But the thing is, females know your behavior. They watch you. They calculate you. They test you. You know what I mean? They'll make you feel good. They'll have you come back around because they thirst trapped you. All types of stuff, fellas. Now, before I keep going, we got to stop right there, Let's get back to how, you did no contact so well. And she's now having to feel sad feelings. Now feeling upset and pissed off because why are you going to keep doing this? And then on top of that, be doing good for yourself. And then on top of that, you used to love me, right? For some of you fellas, that's what it was for her. You used to like me. You used to want me so bad. Everything that I needed, you were there for me. When I needed a phone call or somebody to call on, you were there for me. A shoulder to cry on. You were there for me. Somebody to go see that night. When Chad wasn't available, you were there for me. And hey, you could be a Chad in that moment for her. You could have been a good alpha, sigma, high value man for her in that moment. But then we reverse to the other moments when you used to be the simp or the sad, not sad, but you know, the sad days. But you used to be really more back to simp. Let's go right back to simp. Simp over her. Simp days for her. So back to how, okay, she's feeling, now she's affected. Now her feelings are affected. She's now feeling, okay, I kind of feel like he should be reaching out. This is why no contact works so well. She gets into so much of this ego getting to her, right? It's that ego, fellas, right? Well, why are you not? You should be reaching out. Why do I have to? It's been your fault. So back to, oh, things get unfair. She's going to blame you. She can't find any way where she should have to. Now, the fact of it is actually a lot of girls want to now reach out. Now they see how well you're doing. Now they want parts of you. Now they want to know more about you. Now they want to give you the time of the day, but you don't got no time of the day because you don't wear no watch, right? That's what I was really going to say. But really, you know, in real life, you don't got the time of the day because you don't give time of the day no more. You don't got no time, right? So time of the day, you've taken all of that back to yourself. You've taken that all away from her. You've now made yourself more high value. Look at it that way, because that is what you're doing. That is how you're showing her you're masculine. That is how you're showing her you don't care. Everything that I be talking about in my videos, how could I not add the S? You know, I got a whole lot. Check out all of them. But all these things, you're now transforming into that. You're now, let's say it like this, confirming it after another. So for some fellas, right, you might have had a cycle in her head that she believed that this is how you are. You'll be a simper. You'll get back into her simp ways. But what really is happening now is that she's confirmed by your actions, by you not validating no more, by you separating yourself. She is now confirmed that you don't care or whatever else that makes her now want. And I've named a lot already, but want to break no contact and then get into wanting to reach you, wanting to speak to you. And then, of course, like the best part is when they do, and it's expected to happen, right, fellas? So let's just backtrack real quick. And this is how we're going to wrap up with this video. When you now apply no contact so strong, you become this new, better man because you are supposed to. I say this to say that if you've been doing no contact, and especially if it's not been working well for you, if you've been doing no contact and it's been, oh, I want her at the end, I need to get her, she's the end goal, fellas, you got to reevaluate every single thing. Because this is why it's probably not working well. Maybe this is why you're fed up. Maybe this is why you don't want to do it. You got to be doing it for yourself. You got to want it for yourself, fellas. You got to understand that this is why she sees she doesn't need to speak to you. This is why no contact is not working once more. So when you do it all for yourself, give that space. Show how you are this man. You become this man too in that journey. Absolutely, you got no contact working so well. And fellas, I really want to keep going, and I could, but we gotta wrap up now. So once more, if you are struggling with no contact, there might be areas where you gotta put more pressure. You gotta be applying more time to yourself. There's gotta be way more contact broken with her. Remember, no contact is all around. You got to be doing it. All right, fellas. So once more, don't forget about all the links. There is consultations. And fellas, consultation starts with 15 minutes all the way to an hour. And I have bundle deals. So check out the website. And don't forget about Patreon. This is it for this video. Got so much more on the way. Y'all see me in my next video. Bye, y'all.